It is finally here. We are incredibly excited to launch the brand new 2026 Honda Magna, setting a new standard for performance and style.
The 2026 Honda Magna begins long before the first engine turns, long before the first rider swings a leg over it. It begins with a legend, one that Honda quietly kept stored in the archives of motorcycle history. The original Magna was a bike that refused to follow the rules. It wasn't a cruiser pretending to be gentle. It wasn't a sport bike pretending to be aggressive. It lived in its own world, a muscle cruiser with the heart of a performance machine. When Honda retired the Magna years ago, riders assumed it had been buried forever. But Honda never forgets its icons. And in 2026, the name returns not as a simple remake, not as a nostalgia machine, but as a motorcycle engineered to rewrite the identity of modern power cruisers. Asterisk, you feel this immediately when you first see the new Magna. Its presence is unmistakable: long, low, muscular, and shaped with an aerodynamic sharpness that no cruiser has any business having. Honda took the original silhouette and reimagined it for an era of precision performance. The fuel tank is sculpted like a blade, the seat flows into the frame like it was poured rather than welded, and every curve looks like it was carved by wind. The Magna doesn't look like a retro bike. It looks like the future imagined by someone who knows the past too well. The LED headlamp is thin, aggressive, and positioned low, giving the bike a predatory stance. The exposed engine, with polished metal surfaces and blacked-out details, stands like a mechanical spine, both functional and beautiful. It's a motorcycle that doesn't whisper for attention. It commands it, asterisk, but the engine is where the 2026 Magna truly separates itself from everything else in the cruiser world. Honda knew they couldn't bring this name back without power, real power, not marketing numbers. So they engineered a completely new 1098cc liquid-cooled V4, a tribute to the legendary V4 DNA that made the original Magna a cult icon. This engine is astonishingly smooth, yet brutally strong. It delivers instant torque at low RPMs, then pulls with an intensity that reminds you this power plant shares its heritage with Honda's performance lineage. The exhaust note is a rich, deep V4 growl-controlled, muscular, and unmistakably Honda. Every twist of the throttle feels like waking a mechanical beast that has been waiting years to roar again. But this power is not unhinged. Honda tuned it to be refined, manageable, and predictable, giving riders confidence instead of chaos. Asterisk, the riding experience is where Honda's mastery truly shines. The bike feels planted and balanced in ways cruisers rarely do. The weight distribution is nearly perfect, giving the Magna an unexpected agility in corners. You lean into a curve, expecting the heft of a cruiser, but instead you feel a precise and controlled arc, as if the bike reads your intentions before you make them. The new frame, a hybrid aluminum-steel structure, gives rigidity without sacrificing the organic flex needed for comfort. The suspension setup is nothing short of impressive. Inverted front forks with sport bike-level damping and a rear monoshock tuned to absorb road imperfections, while maintaining responsiveness. At highway speeds, the Magna feels unshakable. In traffic, surprisingly nimble. On open curves, almost playful. Honda didn't build a cruiser. They built a performance machine disguised as one. Asterisk, the braking system reinforces this identity. Dual 320mm discs up front, radial-mounted 4-piston calipers, and a finely tuned ABS system ensure stopping power that matches the bike's muscle. One finger on the lever is enough to feel the immediate bite. The rear brake supports smoothly, allowing easy speed modulation during low-speed maneuvers or tight turns. Everything feels engineered to give the rider control without effort. Honda designed this bike so that every rider, from veterans to returning enthusiasts, can feel like this machine belongs to them. Asterisk, technology integrates seamlessly into the 2026 Magna without ruining its raw appeal. A fully digital circular display sits elegantly behind the handlebars, showing speed, RPM, gear position, fuel range, and customizable ride data. You get 3 riding modes: Tour, Sport, and Street, each altering throttle response, traction control, and engine mapping. Honda's latest traction system works quietly in the background, keeping the power accessible even on unpredictable surfaces. Cruise control, Bluetooth connectivity, navigation prompts, and optional heated grips and seat complete the modern comfort package. But Honda kept the interface clean and rider-focused, not overloaded with distracting menus. They made sure technology supports the ride instead of overshadowing it. Asterisk, the ergonomics are tailored for long journeys without sacrificing performance. The seat height is friendly, the foot pegs are positioned for comfort, and the handlebars are wide enough to offer leverage but close enough to prevent fatigue. On long rides, the Magna feels like a companion rather than a machine you need to wrestle. The vibration control is exceptional thanks to the balanced V4 architecture, allowing the engine to rev freely without exhausting the rider. Honda engineered a cruiser that doesn't beat you down with weight or harshness. It encourages you to go farther, ride longer, and push harder. Asterisk, every aspect of the Magna's design carries intention. The cooling fins, though largely aesthetic, pay homage to earlier Honda muscle bikes. The 4x2 exhaust system blends retro cues with modern flow optimization. The rear tail design is sharp and minimal, exposing just enough of the tire to create a sense of aggression without looking unfinished. Even the engine mounts were tuned to deliver the right emotional presence, enough feedback to remind you're on a powerful machine, but refined enough to still feel premium. Asterisk. But the real magic of the 2026 Magna happens when you ride it at night. The thin LED strip up front pierces through darkness like a blade of white light. The engine hum resonates deeper in the quiet air. City streets reflect off the polished metal surfaces as the bike cruises effortlessly, catching the eyes of pedestrians and riders alike. On the open highway, the Magna takes on a different personality, calm, confident, and quietly dominant. There's something almost cinematic about its presence, something that makes even a routine ride feel like a scene from a well-crafted film. This is a motorcycle that knows how to create moments, asterisk where the Magna truly defies expectations is in how it makes the rider feel. It gives you the satisfaction of raw torque, the joy of crisp handling, the comfort of a touring machine, and the nostalgia of a legendary name all at once. It isn't trying to outmuscle huge cruisers. It isn't trying to outrun sport bikes. It's creating its own category again, just like the original did. The Magna is for riders who want emotion, connection, and personality, not just speed or size. Honda built this motorcycle for the rider, who wants to feel something every time they twist the throttle, asterisk. But perhaps the most intriguing part of the 2026 Magna isn't the engine, or the design, or the performance. It's the question it quietly raises. Honda brought back the Magna after years of silence. They reintroduced a V4 engine. They created a performance cruiser with a platform that seems capable of far more. They built a motorcycle that feels like a foundation for something bigger, something evolving, something expanding. The real mystery is, did Honda bring back the Magna for nostalgia, or is this just the beginning of a new V4 revolution? That answer Honda still isn't saying.